Hello, everybody. This is Captain Frugal here, reporting for duty this morning for sort of impromptu 10 o'clock chat. Just gonna chill out, chat a little bit, have a little fun. And if nobody shows up, that's perfectly okay too, because I was just, I sort of announced this morning. So it's gonna be a very chilled type stream here. I'm just checking my stuff right here, right now, so I can make sure I can answer anybody's questions or anything at any time. Hopefully, you have this link and it's showing up good, and we can have a little fun here. All right. Well, while nobody's here, that's all right too. I'm playing around. I'm using StreamYard. I haven't used it in a long time. I see a lot of new stuff has popped up in there, and I'm wearing this brand new shirt. I've actually had it since Christmas. It was a Christmas gift from my family, and I haven't worn it yet until today. And it's not because I didn't like it. It was because I don't know, one of those people sometimes it takes a long time to get to something there, change things up. Let's see here. It's showing that this is public, so it is working good so far. Excellent. That makes me happy to see. And let's see here. Just so you everybody that's gonna be popping in late, that's okay. As I said, this wasn't expected to have a large amount of people. It's only 10 o'clock. Yeah, only 10 o'clock. I got my coffee here. Mm. That's delicious. But anyway, so let's start the chat part of it, the fun part of it. First of all, I want to say happy Halloween to everybody. I hope you have a great time dressing up, taking out your kids if you have them to trick or treat yourself, whatever it may be. That's okay too. I'm looking forward to maybe taking my kids, but the rain has been terrible. I think it's going to be raining most of the day here, and that's not really going to allow much of that to happen. So sad to say, but that is just the truth of it, the way it's going to be. I'm just checking my stuff right now, making sure everything's going out okay. Because I'm pretty new to the live stream game. I've done this before. Okay, good. It's showing everything good. I've done this before several times. It's just unfortunately, it's been a long time, and this is an odd time, I think, for me, and without announcing anything. So if nobody shows up, I get it. So anyway, I'm going to talk about this stuff that I want to talk about. Probably just going to stick around for around a half an hour. If anyone wants to pop over, say hello, that's okay too. That'd be wonderful, actually. So anyway, if you haven't been keeping track of the Twitterverse, with all that, you can definitely tell some changes are coming. But anyway, Jim Steranko really came out hot. He came out hot today. Says he has a tweet up there. Says lies. You heard news. Scum reports that numerous policemen, up to 5, were killed during the bogus insurrection on, I think he meant January 6th of 21. The only person killed was an unarmed former USA servicewoman, and I'm not even gonna kill that name there and butcher it trying to say it. So anyway, that person's name shot by a Capitol lawman who saved Congress from injury and possible death. So he's already throwing out some pretty hot takes there. And of course, somebody's already posted, I'm going to report this Grady Booch, whoever that is, some blue check mark, but reported for misinformation. Yeah, that's going to go real far for you, buddy. First of all, how was that misinformation? So that's arguable right there. And two, what's going to be interesting to see how this is picked up, because this is the same kind of crybabies before that could do block information, anything that didn't go with the way they wanted to. And that's one of the things I'm enjoying about this Elon Musk thing. It's let's get some free banter back and forth and not have messages blocked. Hopefully people can be kind to one another, and I want everyone to be kind to one another. Hey, you know what? It's Halloween. So you know what I do on a Halloween day? On days it's hopefully I can do this if we're not rained out. Little Frugal, myself, and my family, we like to hand out alternate comic books. Yeah. So while we're trick or treating with the kids, we see kids, we just give them a comic book if they want them. So hopefully we'll be able to give around 30 or more today. Should be, hopefully, it depends if it's not raining. If it's raining, I don't like to hand them out because they usually end up wet and ruined. But if it's not raining, I usually take around 50 with me or so and hand them out, and that shouldn't be any problem get through all of them. Hey, so anyway, just wanted to give you some catch up here. So things have been going well. Haven't started recording a new song yet. I've been some seeds of some ideas here in my office. I did do a live stream just a few days ago, and I put it as private. I think I might do that with a lot of these. I'll do them, and after a live, put them as private. I was just noodling around, but I had a steel splinter, steel sliver, not splinter, steel sliver there in well, it's a splinter too, I guess, in my fingers. I was playing it with duct tape on it, trying to draw it out. I didn't have any luck with that. I don't know if I got that thing out or not. Every time I tried to dig it out, I think I got it, and then I push once in a while on it and it hurts. So I don't know if it's I just can't see it. I have to put on my reading glasses for that as well. And it is what it is. So anyway, we got that going on. Hopefully, I'll be hitting recording soon. Soon. My office here is an absolute mess. It's got tons of boxes in there. My side business has actually been picking up pretty good. So I've been playing catch up on that. So that's been interesting. So bear that in mind. And you know what? I'm taking another drink of my wonderful coffee here. This look at this cup. There's something special about this cup. I know it looks worn. It can be as can be and terrible, but there's a story to that. Mm, excellent. Good old coffee. Yes, I probably like my coffee more than I should. I'm going to do a quick double check here, make sure everything is going well. If nobody at all shows up, I might just cancel this one anyway, even shorter than planned, but we'll see what happens. Type that in there. Yeah, I'm real entertaining while I'm typing, right? Let's see what we got here. Okay, yep, it is going live. Excellent. Everything is looking good there. Let's see what we got here. Okay, yep, it is good. All right, we just it's probably a little too early in the morning to get many people. So anyway, if you're joining, you're checking this out, I want to say there's a donations bar down below for streamlabs.com. You can do a one-time donation. Also, if you want to help out the channel, one of the best ways, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and have a little fun. So anyway, so Stranko, he's as I said, he's coming out hot. Some people are against him. It's going to be interesting to see the Twitter fireworks over the next few days. On top of that, if anybody's here and you're checking this out, my one of my if you didn't know, I run a side business, a retail selling business. I got a lot of stuff for sale. So if you're interested and you're preferably in the United States, if you want, hit me up. I'll give you some good deals. One of the things I have here is a blue microphone. It's the Yeti Ice with a stand. So I've got that. Let me put that back in. Once again, that's a blue Yeti Ice microphone. Hit me up for the United States, and we'll see if we can hook you up with a great deal. Other things I have here is a baby monitor. Believe it or not, baby monitors have a lot of use. If you have a room or something like that, you just want to be able to check up on. For example, I have one in my recording studio. It's wonderful. I can click on that and check my recording studio and make sure there's nothing going around out there or whatever at any time. That's actually a closed circuit one too, so that's great. Doesn't even use your Wi-Fi for that as well. So I strongly suggest people doing things like that. Also, if you have a wood burner in your house, a wood burning stove that you use, I strongly suggest setting up something like that in there too, so you can always check it at all times in case you have any issue. You wake up, you hear a noise, sometimes wood might pop or something like that, and you go, "Oh my goodness, what is that?" Just click on that and check out what is going on in there. So, what have you been reading and things? With this Halloween season, I decided to play some cool games. I've been playing none other than Silent Hill 3. Yeah, I just finally got to that game. I loved 1 and 2, but I hadn't picked up I have had 3 a long time, just haven't gotten to it. And so I decided to get into that. I've been sidetracked a little bit. It's taken me a little bit longer because I think I started it 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And I just now got to the amusement park. Yeah, that's it. I'm in the amusement park now. Just got there. It's been sometimes like 5 days before I can get to it because I said my side business has been keeping me busy, which is a good thing. I'm not complaining. Also, here's another thing I have here. I have a JC pad. Hello, happy Halloween, Mark. Good to see you. I have these Joy-Cons here. They're not the official Nintendo brand, but they're JC pad, but they work really good. They're nice. This is a third set I've had. So I'll have those available. So anyway, Silent Hill. So I've been playing Silent Hill 3 finally. I've been enjoying it. Definitely a spooky game. And I'm playing it on the PlayStation 2, not the remake, because I hear lots of bad things about the remake, which I have. I have it on the shelf, but I decided to play it the old school way. So keep that in mind. It's been fun. So anyway, here's another thing I have too. It's a Nintendo Switch dock. It works great. It's really good. Lightweight, great portability. The one thing I will say, if you're doing that, is it's very lightweight. So be careful. You have a nice sturdy spot so it doesn't get pulled over. Granted, when your Switch is in it, you shouldn't have any problem anyway. But when you don't, it could pull it off. So maybe just make sure you have that to the table. Good. All right. So with that said, let's have a little fun conversation here. So as I said, I got this shirt as a gift. I want to talk about another gift and being thankful today. So anybody watching this is what this my main chat is going to be about today. As I said, it's a chill chat and it's just a giving chat day. It's a day for giving. If you're giving out to kids candies, things, they said my goal is to give out comic books if possible. But it reminded me of this gift here. I know this cup looks really rough. Okay, there used to be an American flag on this too. So story behind this is a charitable story. If you're not familiar with Captain Frugal, here in my story, I grew up poor, very poor. There's five of us living in a one-bedroom apartment. I was delivering newspapers to help pay for food and things. My mom was re-educating herself to be more marketable so that we could have a better living. Just bad circumstances, but once again, don't pity. We were blessed in the long run, so that was wonderful. So anyway, taking our sip, mm, good old coffee. So I would earn money, and I'd use that money to help pay for food and things, and we had lunch money each day to go and buy our school lunch. And so anyway, that plays into it a little bit here about being thankful and things. So it came to be around Christmas time, and I have a little brother. My little brother's 7 years younger than me, so that's a pretty good gap. Absolutely wonderful. I would take him out when I could, when we had enough money. Once in a while, if we had enough money, when I got paid, I would get him an ice cream. Actually, usually it was a frozen yogurt because that was the closest place around we had to walk. So we'd get him a chocolate frozen yogurt or something like that and make his day. And so that's what we did. And it was wonderful. I'd do that when we can. We'd collect comic books. I'd also resell comic books to help earn some money too and get the comic books that I wanted. Now, just so people know out there, you have opportunities to earn income. You just have to look at ways to do it and the ways that work best for you. So there's never any hopelessness. So if you're struggling out there and you need help and some ideas, don't be afraid to reach out and ask somebody, with some tips. I recommend everybody look at what opportunities are out there. We are very fortunate for us, those of us in the United States. I'm not saying other people aren't, but we are very fortunate. We have a lot more opportunities sometimes than we realize. If we just listen to the news and all the negativity, it hurts. It tends to bring us down. Don't let those things bring you down. Look at those things that bring you up. I'm going to get back to that mug discussion shortly here. Don't. I'm not leaving that off here. Okay, bear that in mind. And so one of those things about forgiveness and thankfulness there, we have to realize is, people make mistakes and things happen. Anyway, I want to congratulate my son on his football. He's still in flag football for one more year, I think, after this, but they play hard. They play hard, and they had a good record. And at the end of the season, what they do is they have a tournament, and based on what seed you are, you might be able to not have to play a game or something. Well, unfortunately, my son's team, they lost 2 games, and so they weren't top seed, so they had to play more games, and that's pretty tough if you're playing multiple games on one day. So anyway, they're gonna have to play. They had to play multiple games on one day, and that's a challenge. I get it. That's a good challenge, and I was really really proud of them. So anyway, the first game they played, they've already played this team before. And so they played this team. They weren't really worried about them. The last time they played them, I think they won like 58-0. I mean, they beat this team down pretty bad, but they were kind about it. They were nice, and so I appreciate that. So they played the game. They whooped them this time, but the team did score one touchdown. So they moved on to the next round. And if they beat this round, they're going to move on to the finals and play whoever is their top team. So they did that. They played that next team, and that next team was a good team. Definitely good. They had a lot of good offense. They were fighting hard, but my son's team won again. They won pretty good. They really opened it up in the last half. And then it came them versus the top team. Now, I will say one team was actually removed. Now, this is flag football, mind you. One team was removed because they were overly rough. I know you weren't going, but this is football. I get it. But these are kids, We're talking like 10 years old. Well, what they did is they packed. They're supposed to be a mix of 5th and 6th grade on this one. And they packed all their 6th graders on this one team. So it wasn't a mix. It was an overload. And on top of that, they were really, really being coached in a little bit of an unfair way. They were being overly tough on it. Once again, I'm not a big fan of saying that for football, but it's flag football, and these are kids. Well, anyway, this team, in one game, they had two kids with broken collarbones and another kid with a concussion that did not wake up until he was in the hospital. So that team was removed because that was unacceptable. There was some bad coaching going on there. So anyway, that was the only other team that beat my son's team. So anyway, here we go. My son's team goes in to their third game, everybody. So they go into their third game, and it starts bad. The defense blew it. They thought there was going to be a whistle for an offsides, and there wasn't. And instead of playing it to the whistle, they screwed up and made an error, and there was an easy touchdown scored on them right away. They got the ball back, and they were 3 and out. They didn't get anywhere. And this is a team with a good offense too. My son had a very good offense. My son plays center and some defense. Once in a while, he'll do running back as well. So anyway, so the other team gets the ball back and scores against. They're down 2 touchdowns, and then it gets to halftime. They're down 2 touchdowns. The team rallies back at the half, and they come back in and they score. My son's team scored 2 unanswered touchdowns to tie up the game. Here's the kicker, though. Unfortunately, they lost, but they were in it all the way. They lost by 2 touchdowns, but there were 2 times within less than a yard of a touchdown. So they were in it the whole way. It was a spectacular game. I'm so proud of my son. And that's not the number one reason. The reason I'm proud of him is he never gave up. And that's my point to you. Never give up, no matter how bad it seems. You can always rally back, in life and whatever it may be. And they rallied back, though they lost. They were good sports about it, too. And remember that second game I said that they beat? It was a tough game. My son went to random parents of the other team and just said, "Hey, I want to let you know your kids were awesome. They were a really tough team. They really, really were good." And I was so proud of my son for that and his good sportsmanship. So anyway, with that said, back to the mug. I wanted to say hello to everybody that's popping in and here. I appreciate you. So this mug, look at the top of this thing. Look how that's actually worn out from use, because this mug, anyway, as I said, was a gift. And so I was saying we had lunch money. Well, we had Christmas time coming up, and our school would have a little Christmas shop where you could buy parents or something like that. As I said, we were pretty broke. Well, here comes Christmas, and I get this mug as a gift. And this was probably around 30 years ago. Just for the record, that's how much this mug means to me. Around 30 years ago, had American flag. It's all worn out. The little tab lifted up broke off because it worn off. So anyway, I get this gift from my little brother. And why it was so special to me is he didn't have any money. He could use anything. But what he did, he didn't eat lunch for several weeks and saved up the money to buy his family Christmas gifts. Yeah. And I think he was maybe 7 years old at the time. Yeah. So maybe even a little younger. Let's see. No, he was, maybe around 7 or younger. So he saved up his lunch money, didn't eat lunch, didn't tell anybody, saved it up to buy everybody Christmas gifts. And this had an American flag because he knew my joy of Captain America. And I've kept this mug for all that time. I use it every single day for coffee. I have other mugs, usually, especially if I have to reheat coffee, it goes in this mug. And so every day I have it, I think of him and his generosity and his caring. It was an absolute blessing. Absolute blessing. Another thing, too, everybody out there, if you're looking for an audio interface, there's a lot of good deals you can get on audio interfaces and get them pretty cheap. You don't have to buy something super expensive, especially if you're looking to start a podcast like this or something on your own. I have one, too, available there if you're interested in it. It's not a Scarlett. It's a clone of the Focusrite Scarlett. And there it is here. So you can see there, it's going to be USB-C, which you can go to USB 2 if you need to. It's got your monitor outputs. It's got 2 inputs there. It's got your mic input there, and it's got an instrument one here as well, headphone adjustment as well as for your monitor adjustment too. So any of these things, if you're interested, you're in the United States, and you want to hit me up, just hit me up in my chat. You can go to my Twitter if you want, send me a DM, Captain Frugal, or you can email me. Okay, I have an email. And that's right on the info page and all that stuff. Frugal Gamer Reviews and at gmail.com. Just hit me up and we'll see what we can get you a special deal. Because I should be able to hit you up really, really good. Look at this. I want to show you this. They did come in red, even like the Scarlet too, but I wasn't able to get the red one. So if you want something like that, you've been needing it, just let me know if you're in the United States, and we'll see if we can hook you up with a really, really good special deal so I can pass the deals on to you guys. I got a lot more stuff coming in my storefront. I'm going to get a good load for that, but I want to have all the supporters, treat them extra good and give them a little something. All right. So also thank you for everybody who watched the last live stream, the last chill out one, as I really mucked a lot of stuff up. The audio was terrible. And my playing was terrible too, because I did not have any warm up done or anything at all. Thanks for listening about my son and his game, but my message is this to everybody is don't quit no matter how hard things get. As we're going toward, and the reason I wanted to mention this is because we're going towards the holidays. And the holidays is one of the toughest times for some people, and suicide numbers go up, and people tend to focus on the negatives. And I don't want you to do that too. There is people out here that will be able to help you out in in a lot of ways. Talk to somebody. You're not alone. There's nothing that you can't come back from. And there's nothing. God is good out there to people. You just, even if you don't believe in them. Okay. Take what you can, but there's people out there. Somebody will be out there for you. Okay. So please, you are never, ever, ever alone. Don't ever feel that way. It's just not the truth. Not going to happen. You've got somebody. So let's see here. Looking at the Twitterverse and things there today, I don't see any major news coming up that I should go, oh my goodness, to. But anyway, I am recording. I'll be recording more soon. I've been a little bit busy. I have some song ideas. There'll be another background track for videos. And if you subscribe to the channel, just so you know, people that subscribe to the channel, oh, you enjoyed hearing the guitar playing. Michael Hart, I appreciate that. He says he enjoyed guitar playing, even though it was terrible. It was horrible in that video. I'll try to do better next time because I do think I'm going to do more of those. I had no music in front of me. I was just sort of randomly doing things, and I did not realize having duct tape on my finger. And the reason I use duct tape, not a bandage, I heard it helps draw out a sliver, but it didn't work because I had slivered that finger but it really hampered my playing. And I should have warmed up too. I can make all the excuses, but I sucked that day. Let's just say that I sucked no matter what. I did do a random solo, and then, by the way, doing that too, that video did get copyright hit. I knew it would. I didn't get a strike or anything, but I got the hit for it, which I expected was going to happen. Fully planned on. Wasn't worried about it. Didn't care anyway, and I'll probably do the same thing next time too. Not care. But thank you for that. I greatly appreciate it. I'm scrolling through Twitter right now in the news. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on in the Superman venture with Henry Cavill doing Superman again. We'll see if that ends up being any good. And speaking of things being good, oh no, I just read some bad news. Oh boy, Stargirl to end with season 3 at the CW. I don't know about you, but the superhero shows going on, Stargirl is in my top 2. Is Stargirl or Superman? And Stargirl I've been championing for a long time. I thought that's been a good series, but it just says here, I read from Variety.com, Stargirl to end with season 3, which is this season at the CW. And that is disheartening, but I think there's some major shakeups going. I think CW is moving away from those superhero shows in general and things. So that might even be bad news for Superman as well, because that might cut that, even though we haven't heard any information on that. So once again, that is Supergirl to end with season 3. It says Stargirl. I said Supergirl, didn't I? I meant Stargirl. Stargirl I'm reading it on the other monitor, so I'm looking that way. Stargirl will come to an end at the CW as season 3 Variety is confirmed. The DC series is currently airing in its 3rd season, with the finale set to air on December 7th. This is the latest CW scripted series to announce it'll come to an end following Nextstar's completion of its acquisition of the CW in October. So there's probably why we're going to have a change of the order and shuffling and trying to make it profitable. Let's see what we got here. Get a sip of coffee before I continue reading. Oh, I hope you like this mic too. I think I'm digging this new mic. I am. I'm enjoying it. It's not an expensive mic either. And here we go. Let's see here. It was most recently announced that Nancy Drew would end with its 4th season, with both The Flash and Riverdale also coming to an end. We knew that. I think it was time for The Flash. It was getting pretty bad. The CW also canceled many of its scripted originals back in May. Stargirl has always held a special place in my heart for many reasons. Mine too. I've really enjoyed that, said the series creator and executive producer Jeff Johns. With all the brewing changes at the network, we are aware this was potentially the last season, so we wrote with that in mind, to have delivered what I believe to be the best season of Stargirl yet, with complete creative closure. Well, that's good to hear that they plan to have some good closure there, because it always stinks when you have a series that ends and surprise, there was no idea, it was going to end, and you're left on a cliffhanger, and you never know what's going to happen there. Well, because you'll never know because it ended. So this is going to have an ending and have closure. That's good. The cast and crew are extraordinary, and I'd like to thank them for helping me bring the series to life. Breck embodied Courtney in every possible way, with grace, strength, and humor exceeding my wildest expectations. I have to say, I agree. She did a phenomenal job in that as that character. I am grateful to WBTV and the CW for giving us a home to tell the story and to honor my beloved late sister. And I'm beyond thankful for the press and fans who have always championed us for 3 amazing seasons. Have you enjoyed Stargirl? If you enjoyed Stargirl, let me know after you watch this. Just throw it in the chat. I really enjoyed the Stargirl series, so I'm going to be bummed by that. I'll admit that I am bummed by that one. So anyway, it says, let me find my spot here and there. Okay, we couldn't be more proud of our show and the fan community it's built. Absolutely. John's created the DC character on which the show is based, which was inspired by his sister who died in a plane crash in 1996. Yeah, I knew that. But if you didn't know that, there's a little info for you there, okay? For the official logline of the series, following high school student Courtney Whitmore and her stepfather as the leads, an unlikely group of young heroes to take on the legacy of DC's first superhero team, the Justice Society of America. The 3rd season finds Starman, which was by Joel McHale, back from the dead and offering to train Courtney while he helps him just to his new life in the quiet town of Blue Valley. And that's been an interesting take on the character too. I've enjoyed that because one of the things here too is none of the characters are Mary Sue's in this series, or too much of a stereotype. He comes back in and he's making mistakes. This character is too. Courtney Whitmore has made mistakes, and it's just made these really good, relatable characters. I really like that, what we're seeing here. Well, anyway, the 3rd series finds out, I said that, here we go. But there's a murder that needs to be solved. That's what's been dealing with. The mystery will not only have our heroes questioning the former supervillain's commitment to truly reforming, and they've been doing that a lot, but led Courtney, Pat, and Starman to a secret that will shock them all to the very core. The cast also included, and it gives a bunch of people that I'm not even going to try to say because I'll butcher names. But I'm going to say that I'm pleasantly happy with this cast. Gameplay, Stargirl will be a part and be part of the DC universe has been the greatest honor, and I am so grateful for every moment of it, Bassinger said. I would like to thank our fearless leader, Jeff Jones, along with WBTV, the CW, and the cast and crew of Stargirl, and of course, the fans. Thank you. This show will forever live in my heart. I want to mention a point here. First of all, I have not watched the She-Hulk, so I have no view on the She-Hulk at all. So I'm not going to have an opinion on that. But I will say, look at how this show has been handling social media and the press compared to She-Hulk. There's a huge difference. If you want to garner a following and have people care about you, right, and have that back and forth, this is how you behave. You don't behave like the crap we've been seeing from the actors and things on She-Hulk. They had an agenda clearly based on that. I once again haven't seen the show. I cannot comment on the show at all. But I can say, in the public behavior realm, She-Hulk was terrible. Okay. Whereas this is doing it right here, and this cast has been doing it right for a long time, in my opinion. You never watched Stargirl, Mark? You should check out Stargirl. Even if you're not a CW fan for the heroes, and I can understand why, a lot of them have not been very good, this one stood out. This one definitely stood out amongst the competition. In my opinion, I'd recommend at least give like 3 episodes of the first season a shot and see what you think there. I think you might be surprised. All right, everybody. Well, I just wanted to pop on and say hi to everybody for around half an hour and wish everybody a happy Halloween and give you hopefully a little bit of an uplifting message. And if you have the opportunity today, in the next couple of upcoming months, try to bring somebody some joy and happiness. As I said, this is where we start to see the downslide in some people. The people that don't have maybe a good family around them, a lot of friends or anything, they're lonely. They struggle during this period, during this season, and we see things like suicides increasing significantly. And sometimes you don't even notice it. You don't see it. So you never want to go, oh my goodness, I had the opportunity to maybe brighten this person's day a little bit, and I let it slip through my fingers. So just take a little time to treat some others with kindness and respect. And with speaking of kindness and respect, I want to say thank you to everybody here. I greatly appreciate you, especially for this just impromptu. I'm going to do a live stream at 10 o'clock, but I put in a couple minutes early to everybody, so I didn't expect much going from it. I also want to say thank you to all the people, my Patreon supporters and Subscribe Star supporters. Really, without you, this wouldn't be possible. I wouldn't be able to upgrade and keep the equipment going, and as I said, and try to improve the quality of everything. The comic book reviews, all those things are because of the supporters. They help this channel like you would not believe. And if you're not in a financial spot to help, I get it too. Don't you worry about that. I'm not trying to bleed you for money. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, maybe just spread the word of the channel. You know what? That's awesome. We'd appreciate every bit of that we can get. Little Frugal's trying to up his output now. Since his football season's over, he's going to try to do more video game videos, he said, for me. I said, yeah, go for it. His friends are loving it. So thank you all for your time and everybody for your support. I'm going to hang up now. So take care, everybody. And once again, let's spread some kindness. All right, everybody, keep it frugal.